last week in video games, we had a whole bunch of fucking events like Marvel Disney Showcase, Ubisoft Forward, a Night City Wire, and a couple of fucking news stories along with shit that's gonna happen next week. So stay tuned. Yeah. Check us out at Last Week in Games. Join us live every Monday at 3:30 Arizona time at twitch.tv/Lonercast and later on every podcast service known to man by searching Last Week in Games. Hello, boyos.
Oh, boyo.
Welcome to Last Week in Games. My name is Nick. This is my partner, Jake. And I mean that. He's my partner.
In a sexual way.
In a sexual way.
Yes.
This is Last Week in Games. I already said that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about everything, and everything is video games. From, the guitar on Jake's, in his background, to this calendar right here, to these lights, and this shirt.
Yeah. To this microphone.
It's all video games. That's right.
Amen, brother.
And we're going to talk about it all. What happened last week? We got the scoop. How are you doing, Jake?
I'm good, dude. The biggest piece of news in gaming happened last week, my brother.
Oh, man.
Queen Elizabeth is dead. Let's
Hell
go.
Yes. Hallelujah. We thought she'd never die.
Let's go.
Can I get 3 cheers for the dead queen? Hip, hip.
Hooray.
Hip, hip.
Oh, man. I can't believe they still do that shit.
Yeah. Well,
both the hip, hip, hooray and queens. I just don't get it. But,
the queens don't do anything. Spain has had a queen for a while, too, so...
Well,
but there is actually real. They're actually a monarchy, whereas this one's like a fake monarchy. It's just, rich people that people want to idolize and worship for some reason.
I mean, they still have power. I mean, we like to pretend they don't, but they do.
Yeah, but they're still a democracy.
Sort of.
It's a monocracy. It's a monocracy is what it is.
Yeah.
Or
sort of is. I mean...
They still elect officials.
Yeah.
It's actually a little better than how we elect officials because in Europe, so anybody who runs gets to speak and gets to debate against anybody. Everybody has their own chance. So you'll have people like, what was the last guy? That was the guy that just stepped down.
Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson. You'd have Boris Johnson giving a debate against
Elmo. Yeah.
So that's fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
So much better. Yeah.
It's good content.
It is good content.
That's all I'm saying. And you realize how shitty and stupid a democracy is when it's that fucking stupid,
Oh yes, democracies are bad. We must worship Queen.
We must worship Queen. We must worship King.
We must worship King. Democracy bad, monarchy good. Yes.
Monarchy good. And hopefully one day fascism.
Fuck freedom, bro. Let's go.
Yeah. What were we talking about? I got lost and
I don't know.
Taken over by something. Yeah, the Queen's dead.
The Queen once got a golden Wii, so that's video games.
That's true.
That happened.
That is true.
Yeah.
And she never played it, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's dead. That happened. Prince Charles is now the King of England, so he is now King Charles.
Yeah, big fat chunky fingers.
He's got those sausage fingers, dude. He's not gonna last 4 years.
I know, dude.
He doesn't look too good.
He's probably so pissed. He's like, God damn it.
I've seen a couple of videos of him not shuffling papers around, or he was supposed to sign something, right? And they're trying to put this big official piece of paper on the table, and he's he can't figure out how to move the pen and ink out of his way, so he's just excuse me, can you get this for me?
Oh yeah,
and somebody reaches over and pulls the pens and ink away, and I'm like, you fucking kidding me, dude? Is this guy too like? Does his Sasha's fingers hurt too bad because they're so swollen that he can't like move shit around on desks?
Well, his desk was very small. In his defense, that was a very small desk.
And
hey, he had nowhere to put it. He's like, hey, take this shit.
He's got a lap. He's got hands.
He's the king,
just
though.
Hold it in your hands.
He's the king.
Or be like, here, can you hold this? Like, pick it up yourself, you stupid idiot. You big man child.
Well, that was like a gift from his sons, I guess. And he's like, this shit's getting in the way. Get it out of here.
Yeah, it's still like he's just like, can you do this, sir? I don't want to touch this gift from my son.
Yeah.
It might have polio on it because that's going around.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I hate it. It's just another reason. It's just another celebrity that people have to fucking endure.
Yeah,
or
but
fall in love with.
Unlike our celebrities,
like
he gets
Donald Trump.
He gets paid in tax dollars. So,
well, Donald Trump gets paid in tax dollars.
Yeah,
as well.
but at the very least, he was elected as president.
Joe Biden gets,
Yeah, but he actually he does something.
Does he?
I mean, he's the president.
Do any of these people do anything? I feel like it's just like the lower men on the totem pole that are just like, yeah, you should sign yes on this. And those guys get paid like $12 an hour.
But like congressmen?
No, not congressmen, but like, aides.
Yeah.
Presidential aides are the ones that are actually like reading shit. And it's like, you should sign this, Mr. President. And he's like, okay, I trust you.
Yeah, possibly. But at least he's just a president, and we have term limits on presidents. And he wasn't. He wasn't.
We don't
wasn't
have term
put there
limits on
because
senators.
he wasn't put there because he was sent down from the heavens of God above, because God saved the king and God elected our fucking king man. No, we elected him. You understand the difference, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yes, I do.
Okay.
But now elections are all rigged, and Trump proved it.
Yeah, it's true.
So we lose either way. Democracy's broken. Monarchies are broken. The only way is fascism. Let's get back into it.
Let's go fascism.
Let's go fascism. God.
There's people like who unironically say that these days. It's crazy.
I know. And it makes me hurt that I can't like say that the way I just did without feeling a little bit of guilt when I say it.
Right. Well, also it's like, man, I bet if we like just went into that like and just pretended like we actually believe that, we'd probably have so many views. If we just like pretended to be like,
we put up, instead of this whole fancy thing, I'll just put up like a "Don't Tread on Me."
Yeah.
Just like poster, and then you can have like a Union Jack.
Yeah, big Confederate flag in the back.
No, just make it a Union Jack. They won't know the difference.
Oh yeah, true.
So be like, oh yeah, that's the flag that's on that car, that orange car. That's a good show. I like that movie.
Yeah,
that's their brains. Fuck, man, this went into a direction I was not expecting it to go. The Queen's dead. Huzzah, huzzah. Let there be someone else to huzzah, huzzah.
Did you see the Irish people at the soccer game that are like, and they were, the entire crowd at this soccer game was singing "Lizzie's in a basket, hurrah, hurrah."
Yeah.
Because they don't like the Queen.
So I find it crazy that soccer fans can do that shit.
Yeah.
You try to get a wave going at like a baseball game, it fucking dies out.
Well, baseball
fans. Okay, you get a wave going at a football game.
You'll get a wave going at a football game.
Yeah, but like hardly. It'll go around once or twice. These guys, did you hear the song that they were singing? Like, it wasn't just like, let's go team, let's go. It was like a full fucking song with verse, chorus.
It's like a rendition of some famous song. I can't remember, by some band. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't remember, but that's why they all knew it.
It just impresses me that everybody just got it.
They're all like,
somebody started singing it, like, damn, dude, let's fucking do that. And then they started singing it, and then the whole fucking crowd started singing it.
Yeah, they're fuck the Queen. They've been colonizing us for, centuries.
Killing our people, killing our grandfathers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy shit, man. The world's in such a weird spot right now. Um, let's get into like the actual video games though.
Yeah.
How about it?
How about it?
You want to do that?
I would
Like
love
to
that.
jump into like what is categorized as video games?
Yeah.
And not necessarily everything which is video games. All right, let's start off with some titties because that's exactly what you want to go into after talking about the Dead Queen.
Yeah.
Let's get into titties. Some interesting.
Well, one thing about the Queen I loved was her titties.
Was her titties?
Yeah.
And the corgis. The corgis were cute.
I liked the corgis. I hope they're doing okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Velma doesn't call the police anymore in multiverses because you can't trust the police.
Yeah, now she calls the mystery machine, which that just makes more sense anyway.
That makes way more sense. I was going to ask because I didn't see this. The update, they added Gizmo to multiverses. What is he? He's a gremlin.
Yeah.
Gizmo the gremlin. So there's an update that came out for multiverses. And I don't know why she called the police. Maybe that was like a beta thing.
Is Velma even known for
put a car here?
Is
tattling?
Is she even known for like calling the police?
She's known for tattling,
I guess.
But so is everybody except, I guess, Shaggy is known for tattling.
I often watch Scooby-Doo and I'm like, they should be calling the police a lot sooner than they do.
But the police always come and they never believe them.
Yeah, you're right.
Or the police come and they're like, we figured out the case. Kid detectives, arrest this man.
Yeah. It does always end with the police arresting.
With the police,
so.
yeah, because that's the proper way.
Still feels weird. Like why have the police? You know?
Why even have the mystery machine? I mean, why have it the mystery crew? What are they called? Mystery gang?
Yeah. What do you mean? What's wrong with
Scooby-Doo gang?
Yeah.
Why even has Scooby-Doo? Why couldn't Scooby-Doo just be a show about police solving cases?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man.
True. That's super relatable to young people.
We would probably like the police more.
Yeah.
Instead of getting rid of them in our video games.
And like instead of Scooby-Doo being a Great Dane, he'd be like a German Shepherd.
German Shepherd, yeah. Dude, our next show right here. Let's watch every Scooby-Doo episode and recreate it, but instead we'll paint police officers and, violent crime doers instead of ghosts and stuff, the ghost, instead of scaring somebody with like a ghost and just going, ooh, they have a gun, and they're like running down the hallway like, I'm going to get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. You and me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're going to make the show, animate it, everything.
Okay. Can we move on?
I swear to God, if this show comes out and like it becomes famous, I'm going to blame you. Can
we talk about Pokemon?
Let's talk about Pokemon. There was a little Pokemon trailer that came out and Pokemon confirmed of something really strange, that they're going to have an auto battler system. So you don't even have to fucking play Pokemon. You can just have the game play Pokemon for you.
And to clarify, this is in the new Pokemon game. Like
yes.
Scarlet and Violet.
Like
this isn't like a standalone auto battler type thing.
No, it's not like auto chess. It is.
I'm just clarifying.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm in the fourth dimension right now, dude.
I love that.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Moving on quickly. That way we don't get stuck talking about Velma and the police. Uncharted Thieves Collection is coming to PC next month. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Look forward to that bullshit.
Sony really doubling down on their PC stuff.
Crazy shit, man.
Good for them.
Crazy shit. I need to open this link.
Indeed.
Let's move on to the events. We had 3... I want to say big events, but they were like very medium-sized events.
Yeah.
Some of them even like don't even waste your time, and we'll get into that. Let's start off with the best one, I think, in my opinion, was the Marvel and Disney showcase.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. This was all about Disney games and Marvel games that, Disney's putting out. And it was kind of short. What did you watch this one?
I did watch it. Yeah.
What do you think? How do you think it was presented? Because this is like the first one that we've seen of this, right?
I think the fact that it was like really short made me think it was fine.
Yeah,
Like if it was any
100%.
longer, I would have been upset. But like the fact that it was so short and it just like quickly went through all these things, there were a couple announcements that I'm like, that's cool. And then a couple things that I'm like, yeah, that's about what I expected.
100%.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Yeah. First up, we had Tron Identity reveal trailer, which didn't show anything but a fucking screen. Moving on.
Well, to be fair, like it is worth mentioning it's by Bithell Games. So that's cool.
Okay. Team behind the games like John Wick Hex and Volume.
Yeah.
It's a visual novel Tron game. So
yeah,
coming to PC in 2023.
I really like Mike Bithell too. He's a cool guy.
Then we got something kind of cute.
Yeah.
We got, what is this game called? Illusion Island. And you get to play as Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy in this like platformer game. Some sort of platformer game. I love the art style of this. It looks kind of basic though. Comes to the Switch 2023.
Yeah, it kind of looks like baby's first like baby's first like Hollow Knight or
Yeah.
But you can play co-op, which is cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we got a gameplay trailer with minimal gameplay of Marvel's Midnight Suns game. Still very curious about this game. I don't think this game will be good, but I'm intrigued nonetheless. This is the XCOM sort of game.
I am cautiously, I won't even say cautiously optimistic. I'm worried about this game. I want it to be good so bad. I love Firaxis. I love the XCOM games, but like just the card system really worries me. It's been delayed like 3 times. I'm pretty concerned, but I'm still hoping for the best.
Because you know what you want in a superhero game is a turn-based strategy game, right?
I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, like...
Yeah, I just don't think... I think Star Wars may have been a better place for that.
Well, and they're like doing Star Wars
turn-based... Well, okay.
But not for Axis.
Let's see it then.
Just guys who used to be at Firaxis. I don't know. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. It's coming out December 2nd, 2022, if it doesn't get pushed again. They also showed off like some sort of prequel shorts for the game. Going to release alongside it. Speaking of card game, this isn't card games.
Nope.
The phone game, I believe, right? The phone game.
Yeah.
Marvel Strike Force showed off a bunch of Hulks fighting each other in a CG trailer. It's a mobile RPG. It says comes to mobile, I guess, September 13th. But speaking of card games, like I was going to say before, they showed off a card game called Marvel Snap, which is a card game.
Yeah,
on your phone.
This one seems actually pretty cool.
I dig it. I'm very curious in how it plays. And I hear it's actually like a really fast-paced game. Like the games themselves, the matches themselves don't take longer than like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So that very much intrigues me for mobile, because I don't got the fucking time to play a whole bunch. Like if I'm on my phone for 5 minutes. And if I can stay off of social media, I will with this game.
And it's made by the guys who made Hearthstone as well.
Yeah.
Or it's made by one of the guys who worked on Hearthstone. So
something like that.
And it's got similar look to it,
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like Gwent meets Hearthstone meets fucking Magic. It's strange. Not really sure how it works just yet, but it's set to release on mobile platforms and PC October 18th of this year. Lego Star Wars is getting updates. More updates. They're releasing more characters, and
yeah, that's cool. I still need to play this game.
Yeah. I was going to play this game and decided to play It Takes Two instead and didn't beat it. So here we are.
I still plan on playing it at some point, but there's so many fucking games out right now that I'm playing. So
I feel it, man. Gargoyles Remastered. There is no trailer for it, but Disney is remastering the Gargoyles video game that came out in 1995. It mentioned alongside the previous remastered Aladdin, The Lion King, and the Jungle Book games from that era, so will likely be similar.
Yeah, give me a remake of the Hercules game for the PS1. Come on, don't be cowards. Do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we got a CG trailer for Mirrorverse.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck this
Do
is,
I know
but
what this is?
I really like the trailer though.
The trailer looks cool. It's very dark. It's very gloomy. It's got, cool villains in it.
It's got my uncle in it, James Woods.
James Woods. This mobile action RPG is getting some villains in October. I guess Mirrorverse is already out. I don't know. Fuck. I know. The game I wasn't so sure about, I am 100% sure about now. And that is Speedstorm. This is Disney's answer to Mario Kart. I'm not gonna lie here. This trailer was fucking hype.
Oh,
this trailer was hype, dude. Did you see it? Did you watch this?
I'm currently watching it right now too.
It looks actually pretty good.
Yeah,
if it controls as well as Mario Kart.
It looks like it.
I'm for it.
It kind of looks like it controls more like a Crash Team Racing almost.
I hope not.
As opposed to Mario Kart, like kind of like a blend of the two things.
Yeah,
which is cool. I love both of those games. Obviously, Mario Kart's better, but
they showed off an extended trailer from this one. So if you can find that one, it's got a whole bunch of characters. It's got like the actual trailer. It's a cinematic trailer. Fucking hype. It's like got Johnny Depp and Mickey Mouse and Sully from
Sully.
And it looks really cool. This is one that I'm gonna look out for. It's PC and console coming out soon. This one I'm not so sure about. Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah, this is already out, right?
Toy Story Realm reveal.
And this is the one where like the IGN released a review for it and with some content from the game, and like the character he's running around with is like totally caked up.
Caked up?
Oh yeah, she's like totally caked up, bro.
What the fuck does that mean?
It means she's got a big fanny.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I'm all for it.
We love caked up girls in Disney, you know? Look at Elastigirl, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure, man. Or the mom from Big Hero 6.
Yeah. Or
hot.
Or Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski, he's nothing but butt.
That's right. His whole body's a butt.
Then a game nobody cares about.
Yeah.
Avatar Reckoning. It's a mobile. You heard first, right? Mobile MMO shooter takes place on Pandora and is coming soon. Nobody cares about it.
Dude, who's gonna play this? Like honestly, I think it looks like fine, but like who the fuck's gonna play this?
I don't know. Diehard Avatar fans. I can't believe there are Avatar fans in the world.
I don't think there's that many. Like they're putting like a lot of faith into Avatar, and I don't think a lot of people even give a shit.
I don't know who they are. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, that's fine. I'll see the movie. I'm not one of those people.
Yeah,
but I feel like I fall on the other side of the spectrum. There's got to be people on the other side from me that are like, I love Avatar. It's my world. It's my Harry Potter. It's my Star Wars.
I don't think they exist. I don't believe it. I think Avatar's fine. But
if you're an Avatar lover and it's your life, it is your like Dune. It's the thing that you read millions of lore books about. Please tell me it's your Dune. You know, like it's your Lord of the Rings where you're like, this is my shit right here.
Yeah.
Please let us know because I would very much like to have a discussion, berating you about your life choices. Probably the most exciting news to come out of what is this thing? Disney and Marvel Games Showcase is what it's called.
Yeah.
Is Amy Hennig's new game, the Skydance New Media, announced its Marvel game. It's still untitled. They still don't have a title, but we got a little CG trailer that shows off, Bucky Barnes, King T'Challa, Captain America, and some other lady. I'm not 100% sure who that is. But it's set in World War II. It's going to be what I would assume is a 4-player experience, co-op experience. If not,
they haven't said that.
They haven't.
But nowhere have they said it's multiplayer or co-op. So I don't know.
If it is, cool. If it isn't, cool. I trust Amy Hennig's writing, and it's going to be a good story regardless.
Yeah, I hope it's a single player experience, honestly. I don't need another, shitty co-op game that sucks. They all suck.
What if it doesn't suck, man?
That'd be great, but it's going to.
What if it doesn't suck? Yeah. Then, to finish out the show, we got a trailer with, like, normal-ass people holding, articles of Marvel. So, like, the gauntlet of, the Infinity Gauntlet, Thor's hammer, the shield. And that's all we got was just, there's a kid with a Cyclops eyes and a kid with the fucking Doctor Strange crap. And Niantic is the team that brought you Pokemon Go, and they're making a new mobile game called World of Heroes.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just another Pokemon Go for Marvel.
It's a game where it tells you where to go to get in a fight with someone.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Fucking meet me by the flagpole, 3:30. I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah, I think
with
that's
superpowers. This is the way
that's pretty hype.
solve. This is the way to solve schoolyard fights.
Yeah, I agree.
Just get your Mjolnir, and I'll get my Captain America shield, and we'll duke it out right there on the playground.
I don't understand how you make this interesting. Like,
you don't. It's just
because Pokemon, it's there's hundreds of Pokemon you can go find, but it's what are you doing in this game? Just going and pretending to fight someone? What is this?
I don't think you're fighting someone. I think you're fighting I think it's Pokemon Go. I think you're collecting artifacts instead of Pokemon, and you're just pressing the screen to fight Chihari or whatever, or TVA guys, or whoever the bad guy is this season, And then you all get together as a raiding party and fight Thanos or fight, Ultron or something like that.
I just have no idea how you make this interesting, but it is Niantic, and
and they're good for one thing, Pokemon Go.
Well, and if any franchise is big enough to pull this off, it's Marvel, So
yeah. And then we got probably the worst thing this week, moving on to the next event that we had. The Ubisoft Forward. Did you watch this one, Jake?
I didn't watch it, but I saw parts of it. I saw the news from it, but I didn't watch it because
I'm really glad you didn't waste your time, because I watched most of it and I wanted to throw up the entire time. The one thing I did miss was early, and they showed off Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which still looks fucking cool.
Yeah, it comes out next month, though.
Looks cool.
It's
yeah. Then a game nobody cares and continues to not care about, Skull and Bones.
Supposedly comes out in 2 months.
Don't even care. Nobody's going to buy it. Speaking of things nobody's bought, they had Riders Republic Season 4 is coming out. Who the fuck cares?
There was a 2 and 3? When?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I thought that game was dead on arrival.
Yeah, me too.
It should have been.
This is the even crazier news.
This is weird news. Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is getting a what would you call
Season
this?
11.
It's a season.
Yeah.
It's season 10 will launch in a couple of days, and we'll see the introduction of new quality of life changes adding difficulty mode as well as new events and cosmetics. Before the end of the year, Season 11 will launch this year, which will continue the core of Division 2 story advance. Dude, I liked the Division 2. I really liked this game.
It's fine.
The thing I liked about this game were all of the locations were completely different and very interesting. Every place you went to was like, holy shit, we're fighting in the Manhattan Zoo. Holy crap, we are in like this. It just makes a lot of sense for this game. Like, one of the locations was the like natural Museum of Natural Arts and Science or some shit like that. I was like, that's cool, dude. Or weird shit. I like the Division. Also,
you know what I hate about games like the Division, which I enjoyed playing the Division when I was playing it. Right. It just feels there's never any finality, you know?
No, yeah, you're right.
And I miss that even in multiplayer games, you know? Like, it just never feels like it ends. Like, even in Modern Warfare 2, the original one, it felt like, yeah, you unlocked everything, you prestiged, and that was it. You know, like, you beat the game, pretty much. You could keep going if you want, but, like, that was pretty much it. Now it's like, Season 11 comes out, there's more content. It's like, just wrap it up, dude. Move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know, man. I like games as service, but once they start to dip, it's like, okay, we need a Division 3.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I used to, like, you know, I think every once in a while it works out. I think Destiny is okay, but even Destiny, it's like
that's one of the worst ones.
Even Destiny, it's like, I wish it would just end so they would just release another Destiny and, like, just do it that way instead. And yeah, we'll talk about in a minute. Anyway, go on.
Tom Clancy. That's not all of the Division. We got Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland is going to be a free-to-play experience on console, launching in 2023.
I have no idea what the fuck this is.
It's an all-new standalone adventure, separate from the developing story in The Division 2, just like you asked, my guy, with the action centered around the small town of Silver Creek.
How is it free-to-play?
Heartland of America.
How is this free-to-play, though? Like, how does it make its money?
I don't know.
These are always the questions I have to ask myself when there's a free-to-play game like this. What does that mean? How is it free-to-play? How is it making its income? Like, what is this?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Fucking season passes.
Like, what the fuck is this? Is this part of the Division? Or passes? They say it's a standalone thing, but like...
guess what? We're not done. The Division got one more game announcement, and it's called The Division Resurgence, which is yet another game in the franchise. It's coming to mobile. Yeah. Nobody cares.
This one's weird because it's like a touch and click. Like I saw this. It's weird.
This next one or the Division one?
The Division one.
Okay. Well, this next one, you're gonna blow your socks off. Rainbow Six has got a mobile version now. Nobody cares. Trackmania. Trackmania is getting a new game.
True.
I think. Is that what it fucking said? Trackmania first launched in 2020 for PC, and now it's finally coming to console. Ubisoft announced that free-to-play collaborative racing game is set to launch, so it's not even a new one. They're just coming to console. Great. Just Dance 2023 was announced. Cool. It's got online features. Okay, so that was the good part. That was the good part of this whole conference. All right. Then they got into the Assassin's Creed stuff.
You're framing weird. You're framing it weirdly, man. You're anyway, just go on.
Then they broke it off into like Assassin's Creed bullshit, and they're like, "This is all Assassin's Creed, and this is the Assassin's Creed Forward," which is like a separate thing. I guess it's a way to fucking break up the monotony of this whole fucking thing. They showed off the next Assassin's Creed called Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is not set in India. It's set in Baghdad. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you will be playing one of the guys from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, apparently, Basim, and you will be tracking his ascent from street thief to master assassin. We didn't get anything we got a story trailer, I suppose, that was highly
The one thing they did say, and it says right here, it's a more contained world than the sprawling spaces seen in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins.
Yeah. So hopefully that means they're going into a better direction with, back to the old ways of, we're going to stick to one city and we don't need to go big and forever.
Yeah, but their alternative is weird as fuck. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, so they didn't show anything. They just said, this is who it is. This is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be assassinating. This is going to launch on PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One in 2023. So we're still a ways off. But to satiate your Assassin's Creed flavor, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is getting the last chapter. What do we got here? Game director Gareth Glover joined the Ubisoft Forward showcase to tease upcoming free quest line, which promises to launch a few months' time. No release date, just in a few months' time. The last chapter will reportedly tie up some ends of the storyline established through the game and even include
it's just the final DLC.
Historical figures. Yeah. Yep. Okay, are you ready for the non-news? Assassin's Creed code name Jade is a game that is set. It's a mobile game. Nobody cares. It's a mobile game set in China. Cool. Assassin's Creed.
I want to know like how that works on the phone. Like how are you parkouring? I don't know.
We didn't see a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
We saw a bird fly through China and a man jump off a building. That's it. Assassin's Creed Netflix series. Ubisoft announced they're working on an Assassin's Creed Netflix series because the movie did so well.
So is this like a live action or is it a animated thing?
I believe it's a live action. Series is still in early development. That's all it says. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, on top of the Netflix thing, Assassin's Creed is getting a Netflix game.
What does that even mean?
What does this mean? The Assassin's Creed series isn't the only project Ubisoft has in works with Netflix. While details was light, the publisher confirmed that it's working on a brand new Assassin's Creed mobile game that will be released exclusively through the Netflix games platform.
Oh.
Netflix hasn't even come out with this platform yet. And they're already announcing, hey, we're going to be putting a game on it. Nobody knows what it is. Don't worry about it. Okay, cool. There's no news on it. It's just happening. Just much like the rest of this, Assassin's Creed Codename Red is set in feudal Japan. That's it. Assassin's Creed Codename Hexe is Twigs. That was it. Assassin's Creed Infinite, nobody fucking knows what it is. It links all the Assassin's Creeds together. I guess. It's a hub.
So yeah, what it seems like to me, it seems like, hey, instead of making like Valhalla or Odyssey or, it's like these big games that have like services constantly going. Now it's like, hey, let's have a hub, which is like remember in Unity where it was like you were playing, like the only modern day stuff was you just kind of going into the game,
walking around. Mm-hmm.
I think that's what Assassin's Creed Infinity will be, and it'll just be a way to access your games, which will be like Codename Red and Hexe and Jade, not Jade. What's the other one? Mirage.
Right.
Because
you know what I think it is?
Yeah.
I think it's another one of their fucking menus.
Yeah.
That takes forever to load just so you can look at your game and start your game. It's just a game launcher is what I'm thinking.
Well, it's a game launcher. So then if you're playing Assassin's Creed Hexe, they can tell you, hey, you should also play Assassin's Creed Mirage. It's so they can sell you the game within the game.
Right. But only Assassin's Creed stuff.
And let me be real with you here, dude. If Assassin's Creed Mirage comes out and it's fucking good, and it's like a return to form for Assassin's Creed, and it's more like what you're saying, like more toned down traditional Assassin's Creed. And that's why it's like we're getting Assassin's Creed Codename Red in 2024. And, they're just back to releasing these games every year. I think I prefer this, honestly, to like Valhalla or Odyssey. Because like I was just saying, like there's some finality there. Like I can play these games. They're done. I think I prefer this. But that it all hinges on if Mirage is good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if they actually go back to form. I'm not even putting it on Mirage. I'm putting it on whatever one goes back to the traditional Assassin's Creed way.
Mirage.
Maybe.
That's what it says.
Maybe it's literally the same game as Valhalla. They just put it on a smaller map because Mirage was initially supposed to be a DLC anyway.
Well, it says Mirage is a homage to early years of the franchise. So,
well, let's fucking hope so. And then also they said something about a Assassin's Creed multiplayer game, but they have no idea how they're making it. Cool. That's literally the whole thing. We got 0 trailers. I want you to know. We had 0 trailers for any of the Assassin's Creed stuff. And everything else was pretty much no game, no hype.
Yeah.
So no hype. No hype on any of this. I would give this a fucking F.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst. I don't think I will watch the next Ubisoft Forward because it's going to be... every time I step away from an Ubisoft Forward, I lose a part of myself. I just wasted 2 hours of my time for them to tell me absolutely nothing.
Yeah, they're boring. I do find it, like the Assassin's Creed, it's interesting, like what they're doing. Like it's different.
They're not doing anything. They're not saying anything. Nothing is happening.
I mean, they just announced 3 games.
They announced ideas.
It's definitely something. Well, I mean, they announced 3 games. Like, they're more than ideas because Mirage is like coming out next year, and then obviously Codename Red is coming out the year after. Like, they're working on it already.
It's 2024.
Yeah, which is the year after. So, like, they're obviously working on these games. It is interesting that we couldn't get like a trailer for Mirage, though.
I mean, there was a cutscene.
Yeah,
just a long extended cutscene.
Yeah, but I mean, it's something. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It does seem like way too much. Like they're putting all their eggs into one basket here.
Yeah,
but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And the last event that happened was the Cyberpunk Night City Wire. This one was kind of short, sweet, to the point. Cyberpunk has got a new anime coming out on Netflix tomorrow, actually. They showed off a trailer for it. It looks pretty cool. Voiced in over 13 languages.
Hey.
So, cool. Good on them. There's a new patch for Cyberpunk 2077 to release alongside Edge Runners. So you can get the jacket and the bike or whatever the fuck they have. And also major updates so that the quality of life stuff that needed to be in it. And then we got the first and only DLC for Cyberpunk 2077 called Phantom Liberty. It's being developed for... Oh no, I just read this. The expansion is being developed for PC, Stadia, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X.
Yep.
Coming in 2023. So they're still trucking along on Stadia. Well,
and also, I think it's worth noting, not to Xbox One or PS4.
Right.
As promised.
Because that it shouldn't be. I don't think it should have ever come out on those consoles anyway. They were just trying to make as many sales as possible, and it worked. I kind of fallen off the Cyberpunk hype train because it didn't live up to my expectations. And I think I'll wait for this DLC to actually play it again. And hopefully they've changed a whole lot. I'm kind of hoping like I go back to it and it's the same sort of situation as The Witcher, where it's like, oh, this game's kind of buggy. And then I go back to it and I'm like, holy shit, this is my favorite game ever.
I guess Nicholas,
Yes,
is they made a DLC right quick. They're like, let's get this one out because we promised a DLC.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take like 5 hours to beat, maybe.
Yeah.
And they're never gonna
Let's
think
move
about
on.
they're never gonna
Let's
think about
move
this
on
game
to-
again.
Yeah, let's move on to the next thing. That was such a big failure. Let's actually focus on something else.
Like, I'm surprised they're even doing a DLC, but I think they're doing it just because they're like, we don't need more hate. So, like, let's just do one DLC. Recently in an interview, someone at CD Projekt, I forget who it is, but they were like, we still plan on doing Cyberpunk stuff. So my guess is they're going to try again with, like, a different Cyberpunk game.
Yeah, I would hope so. Hopefully in third person this time.
That's what I'm saying. It better be. That's what they lost. I could have told you years ago when they announced this game was going to be in first person. That's not a Cyberpunk game. I don't want to play that. That's garbage.
That's not a CD Projekt Red game.
That
Please
too.
don't.
Yeah. I don't want that shit. Anyway.
Stick in the third person is so much better.
I have no skin in the game though.
They announced Red Mod, which is dedicated to all Cyberpunk modding enthusiasts. Red Mod allows you to modify, create your own experience. So you can mod the game now.
That's
hopefully
nice.
Maybe that'll be good. Maybe that'll help out a whole lot of the shit.
They're like, well, we can't fix the game, so we'll let the community do it for us.
And then they released a really bad smartphone game called Roach Race, which is also in Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah. And that's it.
Cool.
That was all the events. Let's move on to the news. The big heavy hitters.
Well,
I'm gonna start with this bottom one.
Oh, okay.
PlayStation's Jim Ryan calls Xbox's Call of Duty promise inadequate on many levels. This comes from Logan Plant at IGN. And Logan Plant writes, last week, hey, that's our show. That's our show, guy.
We should sue him.
Last Week in Games. We should sue Logan Plant at IGN.
We're coming for you.
He says, last week, Xbox Phil Spencer said new Call of Duty games will remain on PlayStation platforms for at least several more years. After Activision's current contract with Sony expires, now PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan is calling Spencer's offer inadequate. In a statement to GamesIndustry.biz, Ryan said he didn't intend to comment on the business discussion until Spencer brought it to public forum. Microsoft has only offered for Call of Duty to remain on PlayStation for 3 years after the current agreement between Activision and Sony ends. After almost 20 years of Call of Duty on PlayStation, their proposal was inadequate on many levels and failed to take account of impact on our gamers. We want to guarantee PlayStation gamers continue to have the highest quality Call of Duty experience, and Microsoft's proposal undermines this principle. What are your thoughts, Jake?
It's hard to avoid all the stuff online. So I've seen what a lot of people have said online, and they're saying, well, if PlayStation got Activision, it would go exclusive and blah 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 blah. And yeah, you're probably right. But here's the thing. Picture of the thing. No, here's the thing though. PlayStation didn't buy Activision, and
it's clobbering time.
They never would. Not even because of a financial thing, but because why would they do that? I think it's ridiculous that Xbox is able to buy Activision. Like, Activision isn't like a floundering company that like needs someone to save them, so they get bought out. No, it's like this is the downfall of capitalism, where a very large company can just buy anything because they have all the money in the world. And that is what I think Jim Ryan is saying, is like they can just buy it because they're like, like, if they buy this, what he's saying is if they buy this, it will destroy us and Xbox will have a monopoly. That is what he's saying. Like, Call of Duty is such an important genre. Like, literally every month it's top 10, number one.
Except for recent.
except for recently. But even recently, it still is in the top 10, and like it always will be. And Microsoft knows that. Like, and it's not just Call of Duty. It's Overwatch. It's World of Warcraft. It's Diablo. You know, it's all this shit. It's Crash Bandicoot. You know, it's all this shit. It's a Tony Hawk. So like, I get it. I get where Jim Ryan's coming from.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head for sure. It's scary.
Oh, I feel like I have an odd take. I feel like most people would think Jim Ryan's being a little crybaby bitch boy. I mean, which maybe he is, but like, I think also Phil Spencer is a fucking lying PR machine.
No, you know what this tells me about Phil Spencer? This article. You know what this tells me about Phil Spencer right here. Are you ready? Phil Spencer is retiring in 3 years. That's what it tells me. Yeah,
probably.
That's what it tells me, man.
I would if I was Phil Spencer. That's a lot of pressure, dude.
Because it's like 3 years. I promise you'll have it, and you'll have this game for 3 years, and then I'm gone. Yeah. Because then I get my retirement. But I have no idea who the next person's going to be, so don't worry about it.
Right.
Like, I can't say anything. That's where I'm like on the side of Xbox. If in 3 years Phil Spencer doesn't retire and it like comes away from PlayStation, then we have a problem. And Phil Spencer's a lying piece of shit. But if he retires and then it's taken off of PlayStation, still respect to Phil Spencer, because Papa Phil will always be Papa Phil. Unless he fucks up, then I will have his head.
Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong. I think if Xbox does purchase Activision, they have every right to put it on whatever platform they want, because they own it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they that's the whole thing. Yeah. I think Jim Ryan's whole thing right now is trying to just prevent this purchase to go through in the first place, but it's not. It's going to go through. Can
I bring up some points? At least one point. Please. I have 1 point to bring up. Titans can fall. Yeah. And in the past, Titans have fallen. And the only example I have that's coming to mind right now is Kmart. Kmart was too big to fail, guys. It was too big to fail. Yeah. It had a monopoly on everything. Nobody's going to be able to beat Kmart. Oh, what's that? Walmart over there? Pfft, that's nothing. Where's the Kmarts now, boy? Where's the Kmarts now? So, if Activision gets sold to Xbox, you know what PlayStation has to do? They have to make a fucking Call of Duty game. That's it. Plain and simple. They have to make a Call of Duty game, and they have to make it better than Call of Duty. That's it. If they make it better than Call of Duty, especially now, if they release one soon while Call of Duty's on the down curve, you're golden. Fucking put,
I think that's why they made moves to get Bungie, because they're like, we need a first-person shooter desperately.
There you go. Just make it simple. Make it a Call of Duty game. Like, it doesn't have to be special. Yeah. Just do exactly Call of Duty, but different, so that you don't get sued.
This weird part of me, dude, even though we're both hyped about this game coming out in a couple months, Modern Warfare 2, this weird part of me, I just want it to fail, like, so badly.
I really don't.
I don't want it to fail just because, like, I want it to be good and I want to play it. But, like, on, like, a personal level and, like, a business level, I want it to fail because it's, like, Activision needs to fail. I want Xbox not to fail, but, like, to be brought down to a reasonable level.
To start from a baseline, and grow from there.
The really shitty thing is like we've let Microsoft get away with being a monopoly forever, and with operating systems. We don't talk about it. The only competition they have is Apple, and don't tell me Linux is competition, because it's not. It's not even a real thing. It's like multiple things.
It's not a real thing.
Their only competition is Apple, and Apple is more of like I would say more of an additive thing. It's like you have your regular Chromebook and then your fucking nice Apple or whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I don't even think Chromebook is Microsoft though. I think
No, that's
Chrome
true.
is
It's just Google.
You have
That was
your
a bad
desktop
example. I'm so sorry.
You have your desktop PC, and then your laptop is an Apple Air or something.
What I don't even know if I can find this. What percentage of people use what is Apple called their OS? Is it just Apple OS?
Apple OS
versus Windows. Mac OS is at 15%. Well, Windows is at 75%.
But you know, back in the day when Xboxes, like Xbox
Linux
ones,
is at 2.4%, by the way. Just
it doesn't actually exist. Back in the day when Xboxes had Blu-ray players in their consoles, PlayStation was getting a cut of it.
They still do. Yeah.
You know, so there's a monopoly on Blu-ray players because Sony fucking owns all Blu-ray. That's a Sony property, is Blu-ray.
But it's just like, I don't know. I mean, you're right, but like Blu-ray is not important, and also like a dead platform.
Oh, okay. It's okay to own something that's not important and very, you know, extremely.
No, I mean you're right, and it did have competition there for a minute, you know, with the HD DVDs and but Blu-ray just sort of won that battle. But like, you know, how long did that last? Like less than 10 years. Blu-ray, like no one gives a shit about Blu-ray.
Well, I mean, now that streaming's out, exactly. Yeah. But still, everything comes with a Blu-ray now. You get any console, it's got a Blu-ray in it.
No,
unless you buy.
I think this is the last generation that's going to happen.
Right. I think you're absolutely right. Yeah. So that's another reason Sony should be scared. But you know, you brought up Halo, or Bungie. Sorry, you brought up Bungie. Yeah. And I think Bungie would be their best bet into combating this. Just to bring it back. Best bet into combating this
for sure,
first person shooter nonsense that we've got going on. And speaking of Bungie, we've got some big news. We got some big news, and probably the reason Halo fucking sucks.
You think this is the reason, huh?
This is the reason, and it comes straight from the horse's mouth. Bonnie Ross, who is the head of 343 Industries, is leaving the company. And she wrote herself on Twitter, and her Twitter says, "While I had hoped to stay with Halo until we released the winter update, I'm letting you all know that I will be leaving 343 and attending to a family medical issue. I'm incredibly proud of the work everyone at 343 Industries has done with Halo Infinite, the Master Chief Collection, the Halo television series, and so much more. It's been an honor to serve alongside the team for the last 15 years and to be part of the universe that I love. Thank you to everyone in the Halo community for your support. Halo's future is bright. I cannot wait for you to experience what we have in store and cheer alongside as a fan at the Halo World Championship in October." That's it, man. 343. They're going to turn it around.
Now that she's gone, you think?
Now that she's gone. She was dealing. Okay.
No shot.
Not that she's like bad at what she does, but she's bad at what she does because she let her personal life get involved with her work life, right? So obviously it's affected her. And she knows it.
I don't know, man.
She's leaving the company.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. I mean, we don't know what the family medical issue is.
It doesn't matter what it is.
It does. I mean, because like
no,
we got to take a.
You can't give every cancer patient.
Listen, because like it reminds me of like when Zack Snyder left Justice League, and he left because his daughter committed suicide. You know, like it could be something like that where it's like, I am going through some very serious shit right now. I mean, hell, she could even have cancer or something. It's like, I wanted to stay until this release, but shit's getting out of whack. My husband's dying, and I just want to spend time with my husband. You know, like we don't know what it is, so I don't want to make any sort of assumptions like that.
But what I'm saying, I'm not saying it's not a traumatic thing for her. I'm saying she should have done it before. And I'm saying it's directly her fault that Halo Infinite
I don't
sucks.
know. I don't think
because
so.
she's been letting this affect her work life thing, and she's been slacking at work. And now she's like, shit. It's really, somebody came up and went, hey, you know, we probably
Maybe you
should
should step down.
You should probably leave because we got this. We're just kind of waiting for you to give the okay. And now that she's gone, now shit'll start to happen. Just watch.
I mean,
just watch.
We'll see. If you're right, you're right. If you're right, you're right. But
because like a heart goes out to anybody dealing with any fucking family issues, right? It sucks. But once it starts affecting your work, and your work affects millions of people, then you need to step down. Like, well, Putin's health is fucking crazy, and he's affecting millions of people. He needs to step down.
Okay, well, hear me out. Okay, I mean, she is the head of 343 for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but you know, they've got people above them too. You know, like I can't help but feel like she had planned on leaving anyway because 343 is a sinking ship, and she's like, I need to get the fuck out of here anyway. But like I don't know if it's all her fault, you know? Like, it seems like all of Microsoft is kind of fucked, you know? Not just 343. So I have no clue. I'm not going to make any sort of assumptions either. I have no idea what this medical emergency is. We don't know if it just started when she has this medical issue or if it's been going on forever. I don't know. I can't make any sort of assumptions like that. So,
you know, I say all that in jest.
Well, yeah, to a certain degree.
To a certain degree. Especially when I say it's all her fucking fault. And
well, yeah, obviously.
And as soon as she's gone, it'll start to change. But if it starts to change, just you fucking watch. I told you so.
I mean, like, you could be right, though. Like, it could have been her fault. Like, I don't think it's the medical issue thing, but, like, she could have been the reason it's all shitty.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have been like,
who knows?
Like, she's just been taking so much time off. Like, she's like, I need more family time. I need more family time. And, like, everybody's, like, waiting to release this thing. And they're like, can we release it? She's not in. She's dealing with family stuff, you know. And just like, fuck, dude, we'll just keep.
We've had all this content ready to go since fucking February,
but she's been gone since February.
We've just been waiting for the green light, and then she finally said December.
Yeah, like I imagine it's one of those like no call no shows where she's just like doesn't show up, and it's like, well, I guess she's doing really bad, and then like we'll keep her on for a while, and then she finally sends a text like, hey, I have to retire. I have to quit.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck, dude? You could have done that like years ago.
Yeah.
And we would have found somebody else, but we were saving your spot. You fucking, anyway.
I'm blaming Phil Spencer, not Bonnie Ross.
No, dude. Bonnie Ross is the problem. 100%.
Bonnie Ross is the goat. Just kidding. I never even heard that name until today.
I've never heard that name either. I'm making so many assumptions.
Yeah.
Let's move on. That's our show. We usually like to end the show with what you've been playing. What you been playing, my guy?
I'll start with this one. I got The Last of Us Part 1.
Shit, I see it in the background.
I know, dude. You like that shit?
I see it.
It's pretty fucking sweet.
Fucking cool.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see on the stream, but I've got all the it came with the comic books and a really cool steelbook. I really like the steelbook, actually. It's really nice. And yeah, it's The Last of Us. I will say, like, if you've never played The Last of Us, this is the way to play it. It's beautiful. And like when things explode, it's like Last of Us Part 2, you know, where like it's gross, it's grotesque, it's
nice.
Yeah. And it's great. And it feels like a new game. Feels like a brand new game. Although it still just feels like The Last of Us, if that makes sense at all. I don't know.
No, I gotcha. I understand.
Yeah, I am just past Billstown.
I figured that's about where you should be.
Yeah, the part where you're driving the car and that's
you get into right. Philly. Yeah, you're in Philadelphia now. Yeah,
just a little past that. Not quite to Sam and Henry, but almost there. And yeah, I love this game. It's a fantastic game, And I mean, what else is there to say? It's I don't know what they were talking about with the AI stuff. The AI feels the same. Your buddy AI, I don't know. Ellie's still blocking all the doors and shit. Like, feels no different. The one weird thing that I kind of noticed was in the original, I always was under the assumption Joel was a lot older than Tess, right?
I don't see it.
I always thought he was a lot older than her.
I always thought they had a thing.
Well, yeah, I did too, but I still thought he was like a lot older than her. In this, they make Tess look older.
Really?
Not like an old, decrepit woman, but like they just make her look aged.
Right.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It looks phenomenal. It's crazy. And it actually made me appreciate her performance a bit more. But it does recontextualize the game in a weird way, where in my original interpretation was Joel was constantly looking for a replacement for his daughter, but he couldn't admit it. So like Tess was that, and then Ellie was that. You know,
I see.
Now it doesn't feel like that as much, and I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. It's different. But like it's such a subtle thing, you know, like. You really have to like be a fucking Last of Us fan to notice that shit. So, yeah, it's The Last of Us.
You also have to be a Last of Us fan to buy it 4 times. So
there's that. I'll probably buy it on PC too. As far as like the maps go, the maps feel pretty much the same.
That's a bummer.
They look nicer, right? But I played it on Grounded twice, and it's like I remember these maps, you know. So
yeah, yeah.
But ultimately, it's The Last of Us, and I love it, and I will beat this game again. I love it.
Nice.
So
I'm looking forward to it.
What you been playing?
Oh, dude, I was gonna wait for you to say it, but
no, you say it.
We have both been playing Splatoon 3.
Yeah, baby.
On the Switch. Just came out like Friday, and I've been jamming it. Jake's been jamming it a little bit more than I have.
Oh boy, have I.
Initial impressions, it's just Splatoon 2. It's more Splatoon 2. That's about it. A couple of things I want to change. More weapons. I feel like the weapons are exactly the same as they were in Splatoon 2. And I wish they added a third map to each rotation instead of the 2 maps. I wish there was like one extra one, because I kind of get sick of playing the same 2 maps for 2 hours or whatever the time frame is. I'm just going, okay, well, I've seen this map 6 times. Can we move on? I like most of the characters except for the new talk show people. I don't like their design. I feel like the design is very simplified as far as like what Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2 had. They were like extravagant and like, whoa, these are really cool characters. I want my character to look like
They're
that.
They're just not sexy. Admit it, Nick.
No, like
Admit it.
One's got like this 5 head that goes way the hell back here, and I'm like, what is that supposed to be?
They're a squid.
And then the other one, right? But it's like it's weird.
I like the big man. I like the big
man is cool, but I do like the fact that you can completely skip their show, and just listen to it in podcast form, which is fine with me. What are your thoughts on it?
I was trying to look on my Switch right now to see how many hours I put into it, but the fucking Switch is so weird. It's like, oh, first played 4 days ago. It's like, yeah, I know. I want to see my hours though. So I don't know. I've put in a lot of time already in this game, like just so many hours into this game already. I like it. It's Splatoon 2 again, so it's fantastic. It's great. It's a fun time. Mm-hmm. I do feel like this is the game though. I mean, I've already been feeling it, but this is really the game that's made me be like, the Switch is old. The Switch is so fucking old.
Oh yeah, dude.
For one, I had to buy like an exterior port for an Ethernet cable. The fact that wasn't on the base stock is just absolutely insane. but that's been nice. I have had some connection issues in Splatoon before I got that, but since I got it, not so much. But you go around that big open world area, and it's like really framey and like not good. I do feel like the hitboxes get a little weird sometimes, and I have a feeling it's the net code sometimes when I'm playing, where I'm like, I feel like if you have better internet, you're just gonna win every time. I have this feeling that it affects the online games. That being said, I really enjoy it. I do agree, it does feel like a lot of the weapons are the same. It feels like a lot of the maps are the same even. I don't know.
Yeah. I think there's like I've seen 2 maps that I haven't seen before.
Yeah. I just wish it was a little bit more fleshed out, you know?
Yeah.
But there's still like a lot to do, and like, but it's kind of just Splatoon 2 again. It's just like, I wish there were more clothing options, and like you unlock more stuff as you go along, but like, I wish there was more stuff.
Yeah. Give me more stuff. Give me more options. You know, like they have. It's been Splatoon since Splatoon 1, and it's always been the same. Like, you have like 6 options. That's it for that whole day. That's all you get. I wish there was like something more. Like, they changed it up a little bit, but it's literally just Splatoon 2 again.
What I will say is I started up that single player.
Oh yeah.
And I never played it in Splatoon 2, so I don't know like how similar it is. But this shit is good. It's real good, man. That single player is fucking great. And if you want the babes, Nick, that's where they are. They're in the single player, bro. Get in there.
The original babes.
Yeah, it's different babes. So like you're Agent 3, but Agent 1 and 2, you know, they're great. You know? Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I know what you're saying.
And these are squid adults in my mind, okay?
Yeah, the squid kids are your playable characters. The squid adults are everyone else.
They're squid at least 18 kids, okay?
There you go.
Yeah. But the single player is amazing. I really fucking like it. It's got the similar sort of layout as like the most recent Kirby or like Odyssey, where it's like you go to different worlds or whatever, and then you go to different levels within the different worlds. So there's 7 worlds, and then there's different levels within those worlds. But the way they make it interesting is like the different worlds, you're running around these worlds and like cleaning up, and you unlock stuff as you're like cleaning up between different levels in the worlds. And you could go and like clean this direction, which gives you orbs to unlock different things. You can totally skip levels to just move on to the next world. So like, yeah, there's just like, they made it interesting. Like it's a really interesting way to do it. And all the levels are like very unique and cool. I faced like this giant guy who like shot fists at me and stuff. Like, it's awesome. Like, the single player is really good. I'm really liking it. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty short, you know, probably like a 10-hour experience, but still. I don't even
think it'll be that long.
Yeah.
Usually, like the first one was like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, I'd guess like 6 to 10 on this. If at the pace I'm going now, I'd have to guess probably like 6 to 10. But I really like that. But ultimately, I really like Splatoon. I'm having a good time. The only thing that really brings it down is it's on the Switch. Just push.
Oh yeah, the Switch needs. We need a new Switch.
Yeah.
It's time, Nintendo.
Because you can tell they wanted to put more stuff in it, and I think it's just limited by the, you know, by the
hardware,
the system. So, you know, they can only do so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree, 100%. I'm gonna have to play that single player for the babes. I mean the levels, the worlds, the 7. The 7.
If you had to rate it at this point, what would you rate it? We don't do that here, but if we did,
I know if I had to rate it at this point, only playing the multiplayer and the salmon run, honestly, probably give it like a 6.5.
Oh wow,
7. Yeah, because it's the same shit. They haven't really changed anything up for me enough.
That's low.
Like, they haven't added anything crazy.
I do wish Salmon Run was more fleshed out. That's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, but we haven't gone through the seasons. We haven't had one of those. What do you call them? The rock paper scissors things. What do they
Splatfest.
call it? Splatfest? We haven't had a Splatfest yet.
And
So
and I imagine they'll have some DLC come out.
yeah, little DLC or even just more shit, maybe events and stuff like that.
Well, there was
Because
DLC
this
for
is-
2, so
Yeah, which added the Octolings, and we got Octolings, which is cool, but I'm partial to squids.
gotta love the squids.
Squids are smooth. They're sexy, sleek. I mean, sleek, not sexy. Squids aren't. Squid adults are sexy. Moving on next week.
Well, hold on. I'd give it an
you're
A5,
right.
by the way.
Wow, that's really
A5.
high. That is really high.
Love it.
Holy crap!
Well, I'd give
I'm gonna
Splatoon.
I'm gonna have to freaking play that single player game.
I'd give
Holy
Splatoon
shit.
2 like a 9. So
Okay.
I love that game. So
Yeah.
the minor gripes that I've had, and it is just Splatoon 2 again. But like, I love Splatoon, so like, it's still an A5. I love it.
That's fair. Recent reviews via OpenCritic. We got Splatoon 3. Who would have thought? It has an 83 out of 46. So you're
That's
right
what I
there,
gave
dude.
it.
An 8.5. An 8.5. Even though we don't do reviews or ratings, because
We're above that.
we're way above that. Steel Rising has a 73 out of 58 critic reviews. Next week. This is tomorrow.
Oh god damn it!
Tomorrow
I
is
forgot
gonna be
about this
fun,
too.
dude. Tomorrow is going to be fun. We got the Nintendo Direct coming out tomorrow. 40 minutes of Nintendo games coming out this year is what they say.
Why do you put
Um,
21? What's happening here?
Well, don't worry about it. It's coming out this year. Oh, sorry, you're right. I'm still in 2021. But also announced today, State of Play, PlayStation State of Play is also coming out tomorrow.
I didn't see this until right now.
Yeah. It was literally announced at 3:00 on their Twitter.
Oh,
3:00, bam. And it was like, holy shit. I saw it at 3:15. I'm like, oh, what? This is going to be 20 minutes and they're going to feature 10 games. It's going to have a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
So-
there's no reason to go into it too heavy just because like this is gonna post tomorrow and then these things are gonna come out. But I will say I think that State of Play is probably not gonna be that great.
No, they'll have one or two bangers. I'm hoping for the little Monster Hunter guy.
10 games is a
whatever
lot of
that-
games, but
10 games is a lot of games. 20 minutes is not a lot of time.
no, that's why I'm like, nah.
Yeah, you never know. The way they've been announcing shit.
Yeah, could
maybe
be.
it's a VR thing and it'll be really bad. But who knows?
Who knows? Maybe they'll show us some Logan stuff. Who knows? Nintendo Direct, I think that's gonna be a banger.
I believe so as well.
Yeah,
I believe so as well.
I think we're gonna get a title for Zelda tomorrow.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
40 minutes, that's a long time. Like, that's a lot of time.
I really like the way they do it because they'll show you a trailer, then the guy will come out and explain the game as a gameplay trailer is going on. So then it's just like, oh, okay, I get your game.
Chris Pratt, he's so cool.
Well, yeah, he's so cool.
He's so cool.
Fuck, man. He's so cool. Don't forget to check out our other Lonercast shows, such as the Spoiler Cast and our deep dive. Jake's deep dive, rather. He's got one recently.
Yeah, Trevor Pullman. Check it out.
There you go. Sweet. We are also watching The Mandalorian. That should be coming out pretty soon for that Spoiler Cast, season 1.
Next week or
also,
two, yeah.
Yeah, a week or two. Follow us on Twitter at Lonercast1 for the show, at emergencypizza_ for Jake, and at fatal_microwave for me. For all your sexy squid needs.
Nice. Got him.
Nice. Also, follow us on twitch.tv/Lonercast, where we stream this show live at 3:30 p.m. Arizona time every Monday. And also on YouTube at the same time. Because we can do that now. It's not illegal. It's not.
And if they do, what are they going to do? What are they going to do?
We don't have anybody. Nobody watches this shit.
What are they going to do?
Anyway, I don't know. Call your mother, probably.
We'll go to Vimeo. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. We'll go to Vimeo. We'll go to fucking Pornhub. We'll stream the show on Pornhub.
Probably get more viewers there.
Probably.
And we could do it naked, which is more comfortable.
That is true. Less censorship.
Could you imagine if we did do it on Pornhub, but it's like we're doing exactly this show, but like while we're having sex?
You and me?
I mean, maybe with each other. I was thinking like,
okay.
With whoever else, but like, we bring on special guest porn stars to like also give their thoughts. I know,
and have sex with us.
Yeah. Like I know, Adriana Chechik is like, pretty big on Twitch, so maybe she'd like to come on, talk about video games, and to have sex. And
Amaranth or whatever her name is on Twitch. She could like.
I don't think she does
or whatever.
I don't think she does boy girl stuff, but she could come on and do some like ASMR stuff. Well,
she could like ear fuck us while we're jerking off.
Yeah. This is a great idea.
This is a great idea. Why hasn't anybody thought of this?
Like,
it's another one.
If I was more comfortable with my body, I might want to do that.
Well, if I could last longer than 30 seconds.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I might want to do that. Because an hour, that's pushing it.
Yeah. You're also like engaged, so that might make it complicated.
Like 6 foot tall. So
that's not a bad thing.
I don't know.
You think it's bad for like camera angles or?
I just look spidery.
Oh.
I'm a spidery man.
I think people like that. That's fine.
I don't know. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to share this to your mom. I'm sure she'd want to.
She'd love that last bit.
She would love to join us on our next adventure.
Yes.
In the Lonercast.
Oh yeah. We need guests.
So invite your mom to our Lonercast show on Pornhub. Send her your deets. Send us her deets so that we can get in contact with her and see if she'd like to have sex with us while we do the show. Thanks for watching.
Yes.
Take care, everybody.